day two of our story. And if you remember, it's from our favourite book, The Fifth, and the story is called The Treehouse. And we just got to the bit where he was in trouble for ripping his blazer pocket. So here we go. I'll kick off from where I left off. I don't know why she keeps calling it my new blazer. I got it last September. That's a brand new blazer. Look at your pocket. Take it off. I tried to tell her it was Norbert's fault, but she couldn't listen. She just yanked the blazer off my back and got her sewing machine out. She's paying that in instalments too. You're lucky it's torn on the seam. I didn't say anything else about the school trip to London. I didn't dare. And don't you dare talk to me about that school trip to London. I didn't have to. I was dead lucky. I got given the money, all £15. In fact, I had over £15 in my post office savings book. £16, 4 and 4 pence to be exact. I put that £1, 4 and 4 pence in last Saturday. £1 for my Auntie Doreen for clearing out her garden shed, and 4 and 4 pence for the empty Guinness and Lucozade bottles I'd found in there. I'd taken them to the corner off licence on my way to the youth club. My mum had told me off for taking the £1. It's far too much. Your Auntie Doreen can't afford that kind of money. How long did it take you to clean the shed out? Nearly an hour. I was late for youth club. It hadn't really taken me that long. I was there for about the best part of an hour, but I'd spend a lot of the time looking at these old magazines. They were called National Geographic something, and they were ever so interesting. Pictures of natives with darts through their lips, that sort of thing. I'd asked my Auntie Doreen if I could have them, but she wouldn't let me. No, they belonged to your Uncle Norman. It wouldn't be right to give them away. Put them back in the shed. So back they're gone, under the old deck chairs, and watering cans, and paint pots, and fishing tackle. Oh, I'd love to have a go at that fishing tackle. I'd asked my Auntie Doreen, even though I pretty much knew what she was going to say. No, it wouldn't be right. It were your Uncle Norman's. I don't know how long ago my Uncle Norman had died. I mean, I'd never known him. But it seemed daft to me shoving all these good things in the back of the shed. Nearly an hour? £1 for less than an hour? That's more than I get from Mrs. Jerome. My mum goes cleaning for Mrs. Jerome 3 mornings a week. It's a great big house on the other side of the park. It's where the rich people live. They've got a tree house in their garden, and Mrs. Jerome lets me play in it sometimes. She's ever so nice. It's thanks to her I'm going to the school trip, because she gave me the money. I'd been over there playing in the treehouse one Saturday morning while my mum was cleaning. Mrs. Jerome had brought out some orange squash and some chocolate biscuits for me. Not just on one side, chocolate on both sides. They were lovely. I think Mrs. Jerome likes me coming to play in the treehouse because all of her children are grown up, except one. He got killed in the war. Anyway, she'd started asking me how I was enjoying grammar school, and I'd said all right, and what did I want to be when I grew up, and I'd said I didn't know, and who was my favourite film star, and so on and so on. And then she'd asked me what was happening in the school holidays, was I going anywhere? And I told her we'd probably be doing the same as usual, going on the odd day trip to Morecambe and Scarborough with my mum and my Auntie Doreen, and she'd said that she and Mr. Jerome would be doing the same as usual, a cruise to the Canary Islands. She had said that I could play in the treehouse while she was away. Actually, I'm ever so excited because Mr. Jerome has arranged for us to stop off in London for a few days to visit the Festival of Britain. And I told her about the school trip to London to see the Festival of Britain too, and how it cost £15 and how I couldn't go because my mum just couldn't afford it. Well, the following Tuesday, I'd come home from school and my mum was sitting at the kitchen table holding a small book. She looked as though she'd been crying. What's the matter, Mum? You all right? She hadn't said anything. She'd just given me the little book. It was a post office savings book. I'd opened it and it had my name written inside. There was £15 in the account. I'd looked at my mum and I couldn't tell whether she was pleased or cross. You're not going to London if you do badly in your exams. If you don't do well, very well, that money's going straight back to Mrs. Jerome. I stared at my Latin textbook. Amos, a mass, a mat. It was all Greek to me. The The bell went for home time and everybody started packing up. Bleasdale was tapping on the desk to get our attention. Norbert was practically out the door. 1 minute, gentlemen, and that includes you, Light Owler. Homework! Everybody groaned. Oh, I had tons already. French revision, an English essay, maths. I'm not setting any homework tonight. Everybody cheered. But I want you to do some extensive revision. Everybody groaned again. I shall be giving you a written vocabulary test tomorrow. More groans. It'll be your last test before the exams. Now go home, you horrible lot, and do some work. We piled out into the corridor, and the headmaster hit Norbert on the side of his head and told him to stop running. He and a few others were off to play cricket in the school yard. Who's coming? It's Yorkshire versus Lancashire. I'm Freddie Truman, and when I'm batting, I'm Willie Watson. I didn't want to play cricket. I wanted to get on with my revision. I wanted to go to London. Anyway, I never got a chance for that. By the time it came to my turn, we usually got kicked out by the caretaker. I don't know why I went to play in the Treehouse. It's not even on my way home. But I started walking with David Holdsworth, and he goes that way, through the park. Maybe I wanted to show off to him. I don't know, but that's what I did. I pointed to it as I went up the hill, past Mrs. Jerome's. You see that treehouse up there? I'm allowed to play in it. He looked at it. It's about 15 feet up in a big sycamore tree. I bet you wish you were. I am honest. I couldn't stop myself from smiling. Because I was smiling, he thought I was lying. I soon showed him I wasn't. I led the way up the ladder. After we'd been playing for about a quarter of an hour, I decided it was time to go. I've got to go soon. I've got to get on with my revision. David was pretending to be commando in Korea. Pow, pow! Oh, don't go yet. It's great up here. Pow, pow! I wish we had gone. We wouldn't have been there then when Norbert came past. It was David who first saw him, running up the hill. Look, there's Norbert. He must have got kicked out by the caretaker. Pow, pow! You're dead, Norbert. He looked round to see where the voice had come from. What are you doing up there? I'm coming up. I tried to stop him. I wanted to get home. Besides, even though I was allowed to play in the treehouse, I didn't think Mrs. Jerome would like it if half the school turned up. It was a good job she was away. No, Norbert, we're going now. But he was halfway up the ladder. Oh, isn't it great? Don't tell any other lads. We'll keep it to ourselves. Keep it for ourselves? He had some cheek, did Norbert. I'm the only one allowed to play here. I know the owner. Now come on, come down. He didn't get down. He came in. Well, you'll never guess what I found. He started rummaging under his jumper. These were in the dustbin we used as a wicket. Look! He held out some sheets of paper with purple writing on it, but I couldn't tell what they said because the writing was backwards. It's rubbish, this. All the writing's backwards. It is not rubbish. There are exam papers. These are the stencils that Mrs. Smiley runs off all the copiers. Mrs. Smiley, the school secretary. These are the questions we'll be getting. Look, 1B, summer term. Holdsworth grabbed one of the papers. We looked at it. Norbert was right. It was 1B, summer term, spelled backwards. Yeah, look, this is geography backwards. He knelt down and started going through the questions, working out what they said. Norbert knelt down opposite him. They're all here. English, Latin, French, religious instruction. They started reading the questions out loud. I didn't want to hear them. I didn't want to cheat. I wanted to do well in my exams. I wanted to go to the Festival of Britain, and I didn't want to cheat. Stop! You mustn't. It's not right. I tried to get the papers before either of them could read anymore. I was going to tear them up and throw them away, but Norbert stopped me. I don't think he meant to push me that hard. 15 feet doesn't sound very high, but it is when you're falling out of the treehouse. I didn't do much that summer. There's not much you can do when you've broken both of your legs. I didn't do the exams either. I couldn't with my right arm in plaster. My mum made me go to school though. She said there was no reason why I couldn't sit and read while the others did their exams. But I didn't do much reading. I spent most of the time staring at Bleasdale's glass eye, thinking about the school trip I wouldn't be going on. My mum used the £15 to run the treehouse. And that's the end. The next story I'll read is called The Second Prize. Okay, and I'll start that one maybe tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye!